Hello guys, my name is Mike Corey of Fearless and Far. I have a YouTube channel of 3 million subscribers and over 1 billion views, which is crazy. And I'm known for finding the wildest experiences on this planet. And I get asked a lot, how do I find them? How do I plan them? How do I get there? How do I do it safely? How do I find the creme de la creme, the real deal in a world that's increasingly fake? Well, in this video, I am sharing the tips and tricks that I've learned over 15 years of doing this professionally. Are you ready? Let's dive in. The very first thing you need is a good contact. And let me deviate for one quick second because we think the world's a big, dangerous place, but I've made it my mission to disprove that. I've been to over 100 countries, and I've been to some of the most dangerous ones, like Pakistan, like Mauritania, like Ethiopia, Congo, another one. And over again, I find that the tourist-friendly countries, let's say like France or the Netherlands, are not very friendly. Go stand in the bike lane in France and see how friendly people are. But the unfriendly the dangerous countries, are the places where you'll go and people will try to get you to marry their daughter or take you in for their tea and feed you a meal. Over and over again, the biggest hearts are in the farthest away places, and don't listen to the world or your friends or your family. They're a bunch of parrots just repeating what they've heard on the news. The point of travel is to go find your own answers, and that's exactly what waits for you in these countries that you've never heard of. Speaking of countries you've never heard of, let's pretend we are going to a country called Gabon. And we don't know anybody there. We see it on a map, it looks cool, and we want to figure out how to have a safe, authentic adventure there. What I normally do is honestly just jump on Instagram, and we're gonna do it together. We go to Gabon, we're gonna search a hashtag. Oh look, there it is already. What a coincidence. And we're gonna click on something. So we have, the first up, we have Gabon, Sean Bellin. Let's look at his profile. He's a proud Gabonese French Englishman. Welcome to Gabon. And it looks like he does photography. Perfect. We love photographers because they know where the cool things are. They live in the country or they travel there often and they search out things to take photographs of. Whether you're making content or just want to see tribes authentically or the most beautiful spot to see the waterfall, photographers are the best at it. And they're not tour guides. Tour guides are good too, but we're gonna get into that in a second, and I'll explain some of the problems when working with tour guides. But Sean looks great. I would DM him and say, hey man, what's up? I'm thinking about coming. This is what I want to do. Can you help me? Let's keep looking. We have Chelsea offering a Gabon trip. Could be interesting. Maybe send her DM. We have Sean again. We have Fernan. Well, depends what you're interested in. She might not be a good fit. Looks like there's lots of dating opportunities. Then we have Gabon Eco Tours. They are a camping. Perfect. We love camping. Randonnée, hiking, and adventure photography. They look awesome. I would send them a DM too. Put out the feelers. There you can find local guides or local people, which generally charge less than some big international adventure company with a bunch of middlemen. You have someone with boots on the ground you can ask specific questions to, and that's one of the ways that I find contact. Number 2 is making sure you ask the right questions. I mentioned earlier how if you're working with a tour operator and you say, hey, for example, I want to go visit the Maasai tribe in Kenya. They'll say, sure, let's go on Saturday. And you'll go and it won't be an authentic experience. Because if you're in these semi-touristy places like Kenya or Tanzania, where Mount Kilimanjaro is and where all the safaris happen, there's these places, these camps, these people who take tourists often. And you'll go there and it'll be like a human fucking zoo, and you'll get your photos and you won't feel like you're part of the culture. So what you have to do is you have to take your guide or your friend and say, where can we go where there will be no tourists and I can still see the Maasai tribe, for example? And they'll say, oh, well, we can go all the way over here. And then you say, okay, who do we have to speak to be able to get there? Oh, actually, well, I have a friend of a friend who's like a local guide in that area. I'll ask him. That's good. But often you'll hear things like, oh, you can't. Tourists don't go there. Interesting roadblock. A lot of people stop right there. I want you to keep pushing. Ask them why tourists don't go there. Because over and over again, I get answers like this. I get answers like, oh, well, there's no hotels. Bro, I'll sleep in a fucking cow dung hut. Let's go. Oh, well, there's no toilets. Where are you going to use the bathroom? In the fucking bushes. That's why we're here. We're here for the most authentic experience possible. What are you going to eat? I'll eat the rats, man. They're going to catch an antelope and get the raw beating heart. I'll eat that. That's what you're looking for, right? That's why we're here. We'll get to a bit more of that in point 3, but diarrhea is kind of like the cost of entry if you're living authentically. So make sure if you do get told that, you can't go there or tourists don't go there, a local will tell you if it's dangerous, oh, you can't go there because you'll get your shit stolen. That's legit. Like, you don't want to fight back against someone like that. Or you can ask, is there anything we could do to be more safe if we did go there? That could maybe get you in, but always take local advice when it comes to being in dangerous places, because they know better than you. They also know better than the news. So trust them and make sure that dangerous countries aren't dangerous with the right contact, because they'll tell you where to go and where not to go. The third point goes back to this diarrhea thing. You can show up anywhere in this world and you can sit in the back and you can be like, oh, look at the savages eating the heart of the wildebeest. Oh, I better use my hand sanitizer and not get too close and not touch them because look at how dirty they are. And you're not going to have a fucking authentic experience. You're going to be treated the same way you would treat someone who came over to your house for Thanksgiving dinner, who sat in the back, thought the food was gross, didn't want to touch anybody, didn't want to help around the house, and was like, oh, we don't eat turkey in Africa, and it's just kind of weird for me, and yuck. And you're like, bro, it's like, we eat this shit. This is like a big deal for us. You came all this way, you don't want to try our food? This is delicious. Are you insane? It's exactly the same thing, guys. If you go and you're hunting baboons with the Hadza hunter-gatherers in East Africa, you better fucking eat the baboon with them, right? Like, you're an ambassador of your gender and your race and your nationality, and you're an ambassador for every other tourist that could go in the future. If you're going to one of these places for the first time, you're one of the very few tourists that go, you're making an impression for all future people who ever decide to go there, so you better fucking man up or woman up and get the job done. Hang out. Imagine one of them coming over to your house, a hunter-gatherer, and they've never seen a dishwasher before. They're like, how does this work? Can I help you load the dishwasher? Can I help you empty the dishwasher? What happened? Can I put the soap in? You'd be like, yeah, man, sure. You'd just be stoked that they were stoked over something that's so normal for you. The same thing happens both ways. Get in there, get your hands dirty, and if you get a little bit sick or get a bed full of fucking bed bugs and fleas like I did when I lived with the Maasai, got the blood sucked out of me by a million insects, it's a pretty fucking good story. And honestly, the type of travel you should aim for now and again, as often as possible, is type 2 fun, which is in the moment you're like, this is a little bit insane. But then, like 2 months later, your friends are asking you and you're like, let me tell you a fucking story. That is the kind of travel we're going for here, and that's the kind of travel I specialize in. So to summarize, contacts are your key into these countries to do it safely and authentically. A good contact is a skeleton key, a magic password into having amazing experiences. Find one. Number 2 is ask the right questions. If they say you can't go there, ask why. Let them know you're ready to fucking rough it. That you can eat with your hands and walk barefoot and hang with the boys or girls. Like, make sure that you are not getting blocked by just the walls that are put up because it's not touristy. It's not for tourists. It's not tourist friendly. You're not a tourist. You're a traveler. Make that very clear. And the third is make sure when you do, you have full immersion. You go tits deep because number 1, it shows the people you're there to party. And number 2, they open up more to you and will show you more of their world. If they see you're interested in doing this, maybe they'll take you to a special teeth sharpening ceremony with the Baka Pygmies the next day in the village over. Just hang out, be cool, don't be afraid to get a little bit dirty and lose a night's sleep, but get in there and fucking be part of the tribe. Hang with the boys. That's what you're there to do, and that will open up so much more opportunities the longer you're there. Thank you for watching this video about tips and tricks when traveling. If you want more or you want help, check out my group. It's called Order of Explorers. Inside there, I give all of my tips about traveling. You have direct access to me and a bunch of other travelers and explorers out there looking to have more authentic experiences on the road. Check the link, and I'll see you there.